guys, it's been a minute. I had to run an errand today, so food for thought for the day. If you want to call yourself out on some stuff and hold yourself accountable, mentor somebody else. You will start calling yourself out on stuff and going, oh my gosh, I gotta work on that. It is a great tool of self-growth, and being able to talk to somebody about life stuff, and give them stuff to think about. Really, if you don't want to be a hypocrite, you gotta say, I'm not perfect at this stuff either. I still have work to do on this, but this is what I've found to be true. And it in no way negates the value of what you have to say. As a matter of fact, I think it's a beautiful black German Shepherd. I think that actually gives it more value because it is, whatever you're talking about, it is worth acknowledging that you're not perfect at it. It shows that even though you still have work to do, and what that means is it's not unattainable for the person you're mentoring. If you hold yourself out to be this paragon of virtue, yeah, that's not really going to be the most encouraging thing for your mentoree, as it were. So, yeah, in taking somebody on like that, in that kind of role, you really have to be willing to self-examine and identify where you might be coming up short or struggling with something. Because, in being honest with that, you're not putting that on the shoulders of the person you are trying to, to help, but it's being honest about what is difficult about being a human being. We all struggle with stuff. All of us. Nobody ever ends up not struggling with anything. It's not how life works. There are people I really, truly respect. And those people have stuff they're working on. I have people I look up to, and they have stuff they're working on. It's not all or nothing. It's a continual dance. It's a process. That's what I tell everybody. It's a process. And that process, okay, that makes sense now. That process, it's not linear. We all run into different things at different times. And a lot of us process things differently. What works for one person may not work for another person in terms of explanation. I'm a little twitchy today. I'm a little sleep deprived. Fun. So, there it is. Not as bad as it could be, but that's nice. some people drive. But yeah, if you really want to challenge yourself, become a mentor. Because it will push you to become a better person. It will. If you have the right attitude. If you don't have the right attitude, well, I don't know that you or the other person are going to benefit from it that much. But from what I have learned is that when you mentor somebody, it is for both of you to grow. Because yes, you share what you know, you share what you've learned. But you also look at, how could I be doing this better? You know, am I really even doing what I'm giving advice about? It's very challenging to be honest with yourself. I don't think enough of us are extremely honest with ourselves. And not like brutal with ourselves. You know, there's a difference between straight up honesty and being a jerk to yourself. You know, there's the difference of, oof, I could be doing this better. How can I be doing this better? And, oh, you're so dumb, you can't do this right, blah, 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 you know. You always fail at this. Self-talk is important. So with that, you know, just kind of be aware of how you are interacting with yourself. And, you know, really be aware of, you know, what you're giving advice on, or, you know, how you're guiding somebody, if you are following what you are saying, you know, if you are applying that in your own life. You know, one of the discussions that I've had recently is, well, actually a couple different people, is about how your actions will reflect what you value. You know, your priorities. What you do will reflect your priorities. And they may not be, those priorities may not be what you think they are. They may not be what you want them to be. What I mean by that is that you can say, oh yeah, my kids are my priority, my kids are my priority, my kids are my priority. But you go to the casino and you gamble away the money that you had for their clothes, and you can rationalize and justify it and say, oh no, my kids come first. I was just trying to get more money for them to do this or that or whatever. No, your priority was not the kids. If it was, you know, you would probably be making different choices. Now, if you didn't know you had other choices, maybe that's a little bit different, but at the same time, you know, always explore your options. Maybe that's a little bit of a loose example, but I'm tired. And I have class. Yay! Actually, I have a test. An exam. Ah! Oh boy. Sinuses. 'Tis the season, right? So yes, you know, mentorship is not for everybody. It's challenging for sure. There's a lot of people who I feel like, you know, who I've encountered in my life, who want to be mentors, and it's so that they can prop themselves up and look good. That's not how that works. Because you gotta be willing to own your stuff. Like, you gotta be willing to say, yeah, I'm working on this too. or hey, I just recently ran into this in my own life, and this is how I'm handling it. Like this is the approach I'm taking on this, because I was counseled by other people on how to do that. I'm seeing some progress, so I'm passing that information on to you. See if we can help you. Like what qualifies a person to be a mentor? Okay, like I straight up actually have several younger people around me, just kind of in my sphere of influence, I guess, who I act as an occasional or more than occasional mentor to. And what qualifies you? Honestly, life experience and the ability to learn from it, I think, is really what makes mentorship possible. Like when you've made the bad decisions, you know all about not having the skills and then having to learn the skills. I think that being able to have compassion and not judge the person you are trying to help is really important. Definitely not putting yourself above them in any way. Just saying, hey, this has been my experience. Let's talk about it. So, a really healthy dose of humility, I think, is really important. Because there's a lot of trust there. And, when somebody comes to you for advice, and somebody, they bring their life stuff to you, they're not looking to get judged. They are looking for advice in order to, or just to be heard, in order to be able to make better choices and put themselves in a better position. That's a lot of trust, Do they absolutely have to do everything you say? No. That's not how that works. I tell the young people in my life that you don't have to agree with me. You don't have to do this or that or the other thing. All I'm asking you to do is think about it. Think about it. See if it makes sense to you. That's it. I will challenge and I will push these young people not past what they can handle. But I tell them, hey, you know what? This is probably going to get a little bit uncomfortable for you. And that's okay. It is normal for this kind of stuff to be uncomfortable because I'm going to push you out of your comfort zone. Whether you go outside of your comfort zone or not, that's totally up to you. But I'm going to push you because I see your potential. And I believe in that potential. Pretty straightforward. And a lot of times I feel like when we are pushed, it is, it's with good intentions, but that intent is not necessarily communicated. That spare tire looks like it is bulging. Oh my gosh, it is. Yikes. Yeah, I mean, when I had somebody pushing me, if I had been told, you know, I am only pushing you because I see something in you that you know, it's just some sort of potential, and I want you to achieve this. If I had been told that, well, I don't know how much difference it would have made at the time, because I did not I didn't see myself as capable of a whole lot because of the abuse and what I was told about myself. But rather than just being grilled and pushed and pressured, you know, if the intent had been discussed, if the intent had been discussed, I think that would have made at least a little bit of a difference in my being able to consider why this person was talking to me the way they were. Okay. Oh. People. You know, and I feel like I would have been a lot more receptive. So there is that. You know, like I'm busting your chops because you know, I don't want you to waste the gifts you've been given. I don't want to see you just get stuck in a rut and not realize your potential. So anyway, I'm gonna go get a package. Stop this. So I'm gonna cut this short. And later.